Hey Ben, so I loved what you said. I loved that you kind of like stood up for women and saw the injustice for them. And I loved especially the fact that ASU Polytech is giving a smaller financial award to your sister, even though she outperforms you, I guess is a good way to say it. And it just kind of reminded me of what I call the warrior women in my family, which my grandmother, um, she was born in like 1911, so she was in school in like the 30s, we'll say in college in the 30s. And she got a teaching degree, which was pretty common back then. And her husband was an educator as well. And she had five children. The last one, she was 40, and that daughter had special needs. And she spent her life advocating for this daughter. And she ran her family and did the shopping and did the cleaning and did the sewing. And her husband was a principal and he was a coach and he was gone all of the time. And she took her daughter to a small town to see a doctor where you didn't have an appointment. You just showed up and waited maybe hours to be able to see this doctor. And she did that 3 times a week for years to try to help her daughter get the treatment that she needed. And, if you look at the differential between a principal and a coach and a stay-at-home mom who's homeschooling her daughter, whether we're talking about in the 1950s or whether we're talking about 2018, the man is going to have more social status. But the woman, in her own way, is doing just as much work or more than the man. And I think that that's true. You can't say, like whether it's the tennis team and men are more competitive than women or women are, you know, less than. And I think you've shown some really good examples of how society treats women as less than, and it shouldn't be. We should be treated as same as. And I appreciate your thoughts. Have a good day.